What if I told you that the easiest business to start was actually one that you could do from home? What if I told you it costs less than a meal from McDonald's in order to get started? What if I told you by actually investing your time and energy into this opportunity, you'll be able to make 6 or even 7 figures as your singular source of income to do whatever else that you wanted? This means that you're able to build generational wealth, a passive source of income, and you can do it all anonymously. So it doesn't matter where you are or what you look like. There's absolutely no way for anyone to discriminate. What I'm trying to say is no matter what your background is, that this is a 100% equal opportunity endeavor. The opportunity that I'm talking about is e-commerce. In this video, we'll be setting up an e-commerce store from scratch in order to generate at least $3,000 a month in recurring revenue. Let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is actually strategize about the kind of e-commerce store that we want to start. There's traditional supply chain, there's drop shipping, and a bunch of other kinds. But what I want to focus on in this specific video is going to be print on demand. We're focusing on print on demand because it's going to be the thing that's the most automated and requires the least amount of time and energy from us once it's set up. Both drop shipping and traditional supply chains require us to sometimes look at all the different information from all the people who are ordering and to handle some of the things that have to do with management of fulfillment. But with print on demand, all of that stuff is automated. All we're doing is getting the products that we want from an actual supplier that handles everything for us, and then we design the products, and all they do at that point is fulfill and manage all the orders for us. The second thing we want to think about is what platform we want to use for our store. You have Squarespace, WooCommerce, and a bunch of others, but I really like Shopify. And the reason why I like Shopify is because unlike some other places or platforms like Etsy, for example, we're not going to be limited to that platform. We're able to set up our own domain and basically customize it however we want. It's not as customizable as something like WooCommerce, but that's okay. We don't need to make a one-of-a-kind store. As a matter of fact, we want to make sure that it's in alignment with some of the things that we know work. And it's really easy to do that if people can see things that are familiar. We call these familiar shortcuts in people's brains that make them feel comfortable purchasing things on site heuristics, right? And the whole concept of heuristics is, well, if the layout itself is somewhat familiar, then people are more likely to trust it and purchase something from the store itself. If you're familiar with Kylie Cosmetics, Savage Fenty, Gymshark, well, these are all brands that were started on Shopify. And that's how I know that it's a reputable platform. To get started with Shopify, I'm just going to go to shopify.com. And as you can see, there's actually a free trial that we can start. And I'm just going to show you guys this. I already have a Shopify account, but you can see that you get your first 3 days free, and then the first month is only $1. When you go deeper into the settings, you'll see that they have different pricing options that are available depending on if you want to have a basic store or another one. Eventually, it's going to be $30 a month, but the intention is to make money within that first month. And if we're able to do that successfully, then we don't need to worry about the actual cost of the store itself. Anyway, once we've set up our account for Shopify itself, chosen our domain name, answer all of their questions and all of that good stuff, we can go ahead and take ourselves to our dashboard if Shopify doesn't already take us there. Once you're in the dashboard, you're able to customize a bunch of stuff. It has more questions and it will actually guide you through everything you need to do in order to finish setting up your store. One of the things that I really want to think about is, okay, well, what supply chain options do we have? What we can do if we skipped it for some reason in the intro is go to apps, and from applications, we can search print on demand. And when we search for print on demand on the Shopify store, we get all of these options for different suppliers for print on demand. There's Gelato, there's Printful, there's Fuel, there's Applique, and a bunch of other ones. But I really like using Printify. Now, depending on what kind of product you're looking to sell, I highly recommend going through and looking at all of the different suppliers, seeing what they have available, and maybe even ordering a few test items for yourself to see if it's a quality that you like. Since my primary concern or my primary interest is Printify, that's the one that I'm going to click on, and you can just open it. And once you open Printify, you'll see it'll actually be the Shopify Printify app that opens up, which is fine. You can also go to the actual store itself or the actual website itself. And from there, you can start looking at the different catalog, choosing your items, and all of that good stuff. In order to choose my items, I'm just going to go to catalog, and I'm really interested in doing t-shirts and hoodies. So I'll click on hoodies for this example right here, and I'll look at some of the different hoodies that they have. I really like this one right here, the unisex heavy blend hooded sweatshirt. It's also a bestseller. So what I'll do is just click on the hoodie itself, and it'll give me some more information about it. I can see that it starts at $15 for the basic hoodie. And if I want to do embroidery on the hoodie, the price may go up, which is the reason why it disappears here. As a matter of fact, if we scroll down further, we can see that some of the different providers in the US for this specific hoodie have their own pricing for it. So it looks like Demona Tea charges $22.58. Fulfill Engine charges $26.48. And so this is just going to be the basic or wholesale or base price for the product itself. If I'm looking to make a profit on this, then I need to make sure whenever I am finished designing it, that I price it accordingly so I'm able to make money on the purchase itself. I'm getting a little ahead though. What we actually need to do next is start designing the hoodie before we start pricing it. So what I'm going to do next is scroll down, see the supplier that I like. Demona Tea gets 9.2 stars and it's cheaper than Fulfill Engine. So from here, I'm just going to start designing. Now with Printify, if you're not familiar with any of the tools and you want to break down at all, you can actually take a tour. But I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is just explore by myself because I know how to use all of the things on Printify already. From here, all I'm going to do is upload an image that I want to appear on my embroidered hoodie. And if I'm having an issue seeing it for whatever reason, I can just select a different variant so I can see the actual color, especially as I want it to appear on the hoodie itself. Now, obviously, this is a white square, and that's okay. The whole point of this video is to give you an idea of how I plan on setting up this store. If I want a neck label, then I'll do that next. So we'll upload another image, or I can just go to my templates or library for items that I've already done, like this one right here. And this is the actual JDB Media logo, which is transparent, has a transparent background, so it's going to show up really well on darker clothed items. Once I'm happy with my product, I can save my product. It's going to take a little bit to load. And after this, I can actually see mockups that were automatically generated from Shopify themselves. And I can just choose one of these mockups based on the color variations that I previously chose in order to have pictures that are on my shop. Right now, these are the selected mockups that I have for my shop. So I have some white ones with a white square and I have some black ones with a white square. If I want more colors, I'm just going to go back. I'm going to edit and I'm going to select more variants. I think having this hoodie in red and dark chocolate would also be cool. I'm going to save this product again, and I'm going to select some more mockups that I would like to see on my store. This red one is cool, and I also like this chocolate one. Once I'm happy with all of my mockups, I'm just going to look at the details for it. So it says unisex heavy blend hooded sweatshirt. I'm going to change the title to white square, because I want it to be descriptive, but I can name it whatever I want. And another thing is there's already a description that Shopify puts in here that has everything that people need to know about the product itself. This is one of the reasons why I like it. We don't really need to think very heavily about the description. If we want to add some flavor text or something that's unique to us, then we can. But if we like what they already have, then that works too. I'm just going to tap this box right here that says add size table to description so people can figure out what size is going to work for them based on their height and width and all of that good stuff. Because I'm American, I'm going to keep it imperial, and we can add a description for countries in the UK, and I think I'll do that as well. Once that's done, we can start adding some tags that are going to be relevant to the actual hoodie itself. So I can add Christian apparel, cotton, white square. The whole point of having these tags is not just for people to easily find and search for it on the store itself, but also if they're going to websites like Google or Bing or something like that. If they're looking for these products, then they're sure to pop up in some way, shape, or form because of the tags that we have attached to the actual product itself. This is what we call SEO, or search engine optimization. At least a little taste of it. Once all of that good stuff has been handled, we can look at the different shipping method options. I like standard shipping. It is going to take a little bit more time if we have economy as an option for people. If you want to have economy as an option for people, then you can do that with Printify. But I'm choosing not to. I just want to stick with standard shipping. And finally, I'm going to look at my pricing. If we look at the pricing right here, our profit margins are at 40%. They already have the retail price based on the actual price of the hoodie. So we're essentially making $15 for every sale. If I'm happy with this, then I'll just go through some of the other options about publishing. So only show in-stock variants, and I can add it to a collection, and I'm going to put it in my featured collection. Once we're all done, I can hit publish and we are good to go. In a few minutes, our white square hoodie is going to be on our store, and if you're interested in seeing how I set up the actual storefront itself, well, all we need to do for that is go to the online store page. On the left-hand side of Shopify, there's this online store tab. I'm just going to click on that. And from here, the different themes that are available for us are going to be loaded. Now, the intention of this video is to spend as little money as possible in order to set up the store, which means we're going to use a free template. I did a little bit of Googling earlier and found that the current template that I'm using, Dawn, performs really well for a lot of store owners. So I'm going to stick with that. If I wanted to change the store for whatever reason, all I would need to do is add a theme. I can visit the theme store and then browse themes. Lastly, I want to click on the free box on the left-hand side, and I can see all the different themes that are available. If we don't like the colors or the exact layout of something, that's okay. We can change stuff. What I'm interested in is just seeing if there's a layout that looks good based on what I'm trying to sell. Once again, I'm a huge fan of the Dawn theme, so I'm going to stick with that and select Dawn again. We can try theme, and from here we can click the customize button in order to make the theme look exactly how we want it. Now, I could bore you with the technicalities of how to upload an image and click and add your text and all of that good stuff, but Shopify will walk you through this process. If you do, however, have any questions, then just feel free to leave a comment or message me in any other way, shape, or form. Instagram works just as well, and I'm sure to help you. Long story short, that's pretty much it. Once the store itself is set up and we like the way it looks and we have a few products from Shopify that we've added that we really like, we can just hit the publish button and our store is live for everybody to see and to start buying stuff on. Now, to be honest with you, the intro to this video is actually a video that I recorded maybe a month ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. And I've had a store that's been running for over 30 days now. I have made enough money in order to make the $30 a month not be an issue, but it's not performing as well as I want it to. So there are some changes and optimizations that I'll be making in order to hit that $3,000 a month revenue that I'm trying to hit. If you're interested in seeing the kind of changes that I'll be making to my store and how I'm able to market my store in order to attract more customers to it, then all you need to do is like this video and click on the next one. Maybe even subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this, because I talk about way more than just e-commerce and print on demand. Anyway, that's pretty much all we have for this video. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a great day, great night, great whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.